Here we go with the Tri-State Audi Knicks post-game show. The Knicks back home after that 7-game road trip. RJ Barrett on his game again. 31 points tonight against Portland. Evan Fournier's season high, 6 assists. That one to Mitchell Robinson. Knicks as a team, 31 assists. Second most they've had in a game all year as they blow out the Trailblazers 128-98. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito, Monica McNutt, Alan Hahn. Alan, here's a key. My tie matches Monica's dress.
Voila.
And that may be the key.
That was a terrible high five. So
I'm sorry.
To coordinate.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, give them credit. One of the themes here, no matter what happens the night before the next game, they are always able to at least put forth a full effort. Regardless of the outcome, the effort is still there.
It's been over 2 weeks since they played in the world's most famous arena in front of their own fans. It's been a long time. It's the longest road trip that they've had in quite a while, as you heard Mike Breen talk about. So just to be back in the building with your fans there had to feel good. Portland's a young team. Yeah, they're still kind of hanging in the West, but they're on a long road trip right now in the midst of it, and the Knicks took advantage of that. And like you said, what do you watch for? I'm watching for the young players to continue to emerge. We saw a couple of them do that tonight, and RJ Barrett just continues to make that climb that you want to see him make, where he sets a tone early in the game. First quarter, 14 points, attack, got comfortable knocking down some threes as well. And that was wonderful to see as he continues to get closer and closer, averaging 20 a game in his third year.
Finishes the game 5 of 11 from behind the three-point line, 10 of 20 on the field. Not a bad day at the office at all. And you heard him tell Mike Breen after the game, it's about him being aggressive. RJ is a completely different player. And just this season, when you think the first half versus the second half, when he has flipped that aggressiveness switch on and kept his foot on the glass, he caught the ball in rhythm. I thought the Knicks in the first half in particular did a really good job of attacking the paint and then finding one another to assist and kick the ball out, or even some little dish passes still in the paint. But this here, RJ, it was just cerebral. We got to see the body control that we celebrated so much last year, finishing at the rim. It's a really, really great all-around ball game for him. And then you look at it, you get 6 guys in double digits. And so while he certainly is the highlight, to your point, they're still growing as a squad, huh?
Oh, no doubt about it. That's his 9th 30-point game of the season. 9th.
Love that.
His third in the last 10 games since the All-Star break. I mean, whatever he did during the All-Star break, do it again. Because he's come out of the All-Star. Remember, he had 46 right out of the gate against Miami. And now this is the third time he's gone over 30 points in that stretch, averaging well over, of course, 20 points a game in the stretch. And that's what you like. And the free throw shooting has been another thing for him and for this team, by the way. So RJ's knocking down his free throws. That part, is not lost on him. 6 of 7 this time from the line as he gets to the foul line. But the Knicks as a group, 39 free throw attempts in this game. And we've been seeing this.
They made 32 of them, which is more important.
Yeah, I know. You love that. And that is true. That is important. But since the break, they're averaging 30 free throw attempts per game. That's a big part, of course, of as you develop throughout the course of a season who you want to be. And again, no season's in a vacuum. Last year was last year. You did not have the carryover. But what you are still trying to do here with this franchise is develop a culture and a way we play, as the way Tom Thibodeau always likes to talk about. Well, one of those things is making sure you get to the free throw line. Knocking them down, of course, is another big part of it. But this has now become something that they are doing. They do draw fouls. They get to the line. That's important. And you know what else, by the way, as you look at the numbers, Portland, again, shooting, although towards the end they got up to 44%, but 32 from the three-point line and under 100 points. The Knicks quietly have snuck back into the top 10 in field goal defense, three-point defense, and opponents scoring. So what they were last year, they're finding their way back to it. Might be too little too late, but what's important is to continue to have that identity as a franchise as you connect season to season.
The assist total I mentioned, they had 18, Monica, in the first half. They finished with 31. Their season high is 34. Their next highest before tonight was 28. And Immanuel Quickley, and we talk about this a lot. Monica, where does he fit in terms of the future? Because that's going to be a huge decision for this franchise. Because he's played really well here in a nice stretch of games at point guard.
Yeah, he's still a little bit of a tweener. And he is a tweener in terms
starter,
of
bench player, 1-2.
Yeah,
I mean,
that 1-2 probably better off the bench just so he can get a feel for the pace
of the game.
Until he grows
physically.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know how much. What do you mean, like strength?
Strength,
right?
yeah.
I don't know how much he could put on just his. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. But tonight, I thought he did a great job of playing with pace, at his pace. He came down, he surveyed, he looked for screens, or he denied, or he didn't wait for screens, and pulled up and shot the basketball with confidence. He was 3 of 3 from behind the arc, which is tremendous for him. He also shot 8 free throws. He was 7 of 8 there. And so I think for Quick, when it's not just about seeing the ball go in for him in terms of helping to energize his game, I also think he draws energy off of the ability to find his teammates in terms of assists. And so tonight, he chipped in with 6 assists, but some of his assists were the high-flying assists that get you excited, especially that young core, the guys that came off the bench, Sims and Toppin. Like, when he can see things clicking and the process bearing fruit, so to speak, I think he's a guy that kind of gets energized from that.
Yeah, Quick's one of those guys that doesn't miss the oop. Like, he's looking for it. And I think
always.
a lot of times when you watch, too, there's certain players that are just not naturally point guards or not naturally playmakers. They might, you'll see, either whether it's Mitch or whether it's Obi or even Jericho Sims now will roll, and you think to yourself as you're watching the game, like, there it is, just give it a second, not looking at it. But he sees it, and he finds it. And just to the point we were talking about, what is he going to be going forward? Because it's a great question to ask as we're this late into a season. What do you do now with these pieces and decisions that you have to make with certain players? And when you look at Quickley, you think if he just, again, a little bit stronger, continues to get confident, because this late part of the season, he is showing you that the shooting has come back, which Tom Thibodeau always believed in him and said it will come back once he stopped thinking so much about being a playmaker and just played the game. It seems to have gotten easier for him. That's good to see. Yeah, I think that's very important, and his numbers are starting to show it. I love the 18 and 6 assists, the plus 17 as well in 25 minutes. It's important this time of year that we talk a lot about RJ, we talk a lot about Quickley, we talk a lot about Obi. Like, all of those guys have got the trend towards the end of the season, like they're ready already for next year.
And this is a great game for Obi Toppin because he was able to do things off the pick and roll and in transition, made the game easier for him, and he went for 13 points.